We all heard about the passing of Jane Goodall this week. That reminded me of the time that I had the chance to be able to meet Jane Goodall 1 year ago in Toronto. When we think about Jane Goodall, we think about conservation, we think about animals, we think about her work with chimpanzees, and she's been talking increasingly in recent decades about climate change. We met at the Chelsea Hotel downtown, and when I arrived, she was already in the process of being photographed by our photographer for the story. And it was just so clear right off the bat how miserable she was at being photographed. It really took her, she told me, quite some time to kind of reconcile with her own fame. She had to really understand early on that as uncomfortable as her celebrity made her, it was also what gave her the platform to talk about the causes that she really cared about. It was what made all of the other work possible. And so she really had to reconcile with that fact. Here was a woman who was 90 years old, who had already spent the better part of 6, 7 decades doing this very, at times, thankless work of pushing these causes that, remember, when she first started doing this work, were not particularly popular. And I asked her how she was able to continue doing this work and not lose hope and not get tired and overwhelmed at it all. And she just talked about, focusing on our own everyday decisions, our own everyday impact, thinking through how the choices that we make impact the broader world. Because she said, we can't lose hope. The minute we lose hope, she said, we're doomed. And that was a lesson that I take with me.